Hello, welcome to another edition of the Make Code Arcade Advanced stream. I'm Richard. You know, some people call me @Richard when they're on the Make Code forums.
I'm Joe, J Wondrill on the Make Code forums.
I'm Shannon, @Cat on the Make Code forums.
And I'm Vivian, @LiveChef on the Make Code forums. But I don't know if people call me that.
But they do when you're on the forum, though, right?
I don't know. Do people call me by my name, or do they just expect me to show up and then I'm there? I feel like that's how it is in real.
It's a bit of both. All right, guys. Well, today I don't really have that much of a plan, but I made some new blocks for the story extension. So I thought we'd show those off. And maybe we'll just make a game where you walk around and talk to people. How's that sound?
Yeah, I like it. I love talking to people. One of my favorite pastimes.
All right. So I want you guys all to draw citizens. And please give me 2 frames.
Okay.
What size? 16 by?
Yeah, 16 by 16 is fine.
Okay.
2 frames that I can like loop so that they're like moving around, you know?
Mm.
And feel free to get creative. These do not need to be people. They could be, you know, a penguin with a shoe on its head. I don't know.
What's the name of our town?
I don't know. You guys should decide.
Oh, man. Okay.
Councilvania.
My vote is always from, what's the name? Ginkgo. Ginkgo. Wait, what's the word? Ginkgo Town? Ginkgo something.
Is this a reference to something?
No, I just thought of it the other day when I was walking outside. But I forgot what it was.
So your vote is always for that since
yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like this is your favorite extension since yesterday. That makes sense.
Yep, I'm establishing this now. But let me think of what the second word is. Hold on.
Guys, I don't like this tile set at all.
Richard, what do you not like about it?
It's just not turning out like I would hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll show off those new things in just a sec once I'm done with this thing right here. And the idea is that we're just going to have a character that we're controlling who's going to walk around. And they're going to talk to people, have conversations with them, and maybe we'll get into some more stuff once we got that up and running.
Chat, what should I draw? Give me suggestions.
All right. So we got a little bit of a time map, but let's go ahead and add that extension I was just talking about. So if you're following along, the extension I'm adding is going to be Ricknell/arcade story. But I added a few new blocks to it, and that's what we're going to be kind of showcasing today. So let's go down to extensions. Add that one to our project. And these blocks were kind of in response to some streams that we did. It was about an old man having a conversation with the cloud. And the code ended up being pretty complicated, but it seems like something that a lot of people would like to do. So, you know, I kind of made something to make it a bit easier. And so let's walk through the blocks. We've got this new conversation group, and it's for having conversations between characters. So we've got 5 blocks here. The first one is start conversation. And this one will just make it so that you can start a conversation even in a place where you can't normally do stuff that takes some time. So if you've used the timers extension, it's pretty similar to the run in parallel block. there's a little bit of difference, but not much. So just to kind of get things going, let's go ahead and just drag this out into an on A button pressed, and we will start doing our conversation. So now when I press A, nothing happens because there's nothing going on in this conversation yet. So the next one we have is print character text. And this print character text just kind of prints text that is being spoken by a character. So we can do like, hello, how are you this morn? And now when I press A, we get this text that takes up the bottom of the screen and prints out. There's a plus you can do here, and you can give it a label. So I can say that Joey is the one saying this. And now we see it says Joey. Hello, how are you this morning? And so to build up your conversation, kind of the easiest way to do it is just so you take these print character texts and put them one after another. I am just okay. If thank thou for inquiring. And because she laughed, it's Vivian.
Joey, we need to have this conversation to make this game highly realistic.
Yeah, there you go. We've got a little conversation going. Though sometimes you want to have the character make a choice. And so we've got another thing you can do, which is this next block here, which is show player choices. And so we're going to have Joey respond and probably be like, would you like it a muffin or a croissant?
Croissant.
So now we want the player to make a choice. So we can do this show player choices, and we're going to go ahead and put in some options. So we'll say muffin for the first one, croissant for the second one. And if we want to add more, we can click this plus. So I'll put in a third one, which is like nothing for me, thank you. I ate earlier.
Highly unrealistic. I always eat pastries.
All right. So let's go ahead and get to this point in the conversation. All right. So now we've got a little menu. And I'm going to make this look prettier probably in the future, but right now this is what it looks like. And you can go in between all of the different options by pressing up and down, and press A to select something. Another thing that's cool is that if you have a really long option like this one, if you go over it, it will scroll it, so you can read all of the text. So if we select croissant, the thing will keep going. Unfortunately, I did this inside of an on A button pressed, so it just triggered the conversation happening again. But you get the idea. And the last two blocks are, first one is last answer equals. So if I wanted to write something to make something specific happen when a last answer is chosen. So for example, if I do if last answer equals muffin, not muffin, muffin, then we'll have Joey respond with, I do not have a muffin. And now when the user presses A, they'll get this piece of text, and then we can do an else if to get these other options also. The last block is one that's kind of special and probably not one we'll use today. It's cancel conversation, and basically what this does is if you have built up a conversation like this and you call cancel conversation, it will just stop whatever is currently happening. And that can be useful if you have something like a pause button or you have some need to interrupt a conversation. We're probably not going to use it today, but it's there. I can show it real quick, actually. So let me go ahead and do cancel conversation inside of on B button pressed. Now we've got this text printing out and go away. And then if I press A again, it'll start back up. Awesome. All right. So in this game, we're just going to be walking around talking to people. I think these people are going to have problems, and we're going to solve them through the power of conversation, making them think in a more positive way. So what should our character be? Any suggestions?
Are you making a mouse?
Yes.
Nice. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was talking this whole time and I was muted.
Did you have a suggestion?
I did, but it's okay. The reason I knew was like, Richard might ignore me, Joey might ignore me, but Shannon would never ignore me. So I was like, something must be wrong.
Wait, I want to hear your suggestion, Vivian.
Oh, I was asking Richard if he were an animal, what animal would he be?
Oh.
And then I thought, yeah, so I thought this was his response. Was like, I'm not going to answer Vivian. I'm just going to draw my answer.
Gotta work on the proportions of this guy a little bit. Gonna make him skinnier.
Oh, does the mouse need food?
What? No, he's fine. I just drew him wrong the first time. You know he eats well because he's just going around and solving everyone's problems today.
Have already fulfilled the other pillars.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means.
I don't know.
Hierarchy of needs.
Yes, thank you, Shannon. Always know. Are we doing outlines or no outlines?
No outlines?
Okay.
But do what your heart tells you.
You'll have to place my person strategically, maybe then.
Should the mouse wear a shirt?
What kind of, would it be a t-shirt?
Be a striped shirt.
Oh. That's cute. It reminds me of Maisie.
Do not know that mouse.
I think that was like a children's show. I don't think anybody talked. They all just expressed in noises, but they had problems.
I have a vague recollection of that existing.
Yeah. Wait, so are the... Sorry, shit.
Go for it.
Oh, for the animations, are they just like standing animations or moving animations?
Just like standing.
Okay, cool.
There you go. How's that?
It's cute. I like the little boots.
Maybe we should do outlines.
Okay. Eyeball.
Long time listeners / viewers, because this is a viewing thing, will know that I don't like outlines, but I'm gonna do it today. to make my sprite bigger.
Wait, can I make mine bigger than 16 by 16?
Sure.
Yay. I will not cut off the feet then. This is great.
Also, be thinking about what problems the person you're drawing might potentially be having.
How can the mouse fix their problems? Is it like a go getting things, or just like just conversations? Right.
Yeah, so really like emotional interpersonal problems.
Hooray!
Oh, that looks great.
So let's go ahead and add the animation extension. And move this guy down 1 pixel. Gonna go into animation. And we're gonna loop something on him.
We have a suggestion for a mouse problem in chat, which is maybe they're lactose intolerant. Maybe just character development. I think
We'll try
it'll
and
work.
work it in.
Yeah, it'll work well with my character, who is a pizza person.
Pizza person?
Pizza person. I think my pizza person's problem is going to be that they want to eat the pizza that they're carrying, but they need to deliver it.
I like that. All right. So we're just going to loop this. Let's go ahead and rename this guy to be, what's he look like? Giuseppe? Is that how you spell Giuseppe?
I feel like no, but
I
I'm
think
bad
there
at
might be 2 S's depending on how you go for it, but
yeah, someone look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
I should know this. My grandpa wanted to name me Giuseppe. Yeah, yeah. It's IU. You're right. So it's
is Joey short for Giuseppe? Joey.
No, it's short for Joseph. But
oh right.
Guys, concentrate.
Is this right?
Yes.
Giuseppe.
Doesn't look right, but I trust Joey.
Wait. Just
Ended in an I or an E?
S E.
It's E.
J
Sorry, I was muted.
U S E.
This is correct. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I checked it.
All right.
With many Giuseppes, not just the first one.
All right. Well, now we got Giuseppe. Let's move him around.
Oh, so cute.
This game is not a fast one, so we're not going to do 100 by 100. We'll do like 70 by 70. Cool. And let's go ahead and do a follow, camera follow. That's still a bit too fast. Let's do like 50 by 50. Cool. All right. So what we want to do now is we want to make sure that we are facing the right direction. When we turn left and right, we're not going to do up and down or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and inside of an on button pressed, well, first, actually, we're going to create our flipped frames. So to do that, we're going to create some variables. So let's make one that's called left frames, and we'll make one that's called right frames. we're going to go ahead and set our left frames equal to this animation, or right frames actually, equal to this animation. And we will set our left frames equal to an empty array. And now we will do, inside of loops, a for each. So for element value of right frames. We are going to push this value on. So add to end. Change this to be left frames. And we want to make sure we clone it because we're going to be flipping these. So let's go ahead and put a clone in here. And replace picture with value. And then we need to actually flip it. And so to do that, we're going to use a get and a length. And we're also going to use a math minus. And inside of images, we need the actual flip horizontal. There you go. So we want to do list get value at the length of the array -1. Change these both to be left frames. -1. And there we go. All right. So normally we store a facing left or facing right, but because we've done the flipping beforehand, we shouldn't need to. So we're just going to do an on left button pressed and an on right button pressed. And for each of these, we will call this animate. And then when left button is pressed, we'll call it with left frames. And with right button pressed, we will call it with, any guesses? Any guesses? Everyone's paying attention to me. Right frames.
No.
Have to find the unmute.
I wasn't paying attention. Shannon's much more responsible.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
I think striped shirts should be a Richard thing.
Mm.
I do like drawing striped shirts on pixel art.
It always looks great too.
All right, up this by a bit. Okay. All right, so do we have any art yet?
So much.
Oh wait, I'm gonna unshare real quick and reshare.
Shannon, your face is big. Okay, never mind. I was like,
Sorry
you have
about
the
that.
power.
My face is very large. Not anymore.
All right, so let's start making some characters. Okay, so we'll start with Joey's. So inside of here, we're going to create a sprite. And we'll just leave it as my sprite for now. And then we're going to animate on that sprite these looping frames that Joey has provided. What's the size, Joey?
16 by 16.
Aww.
Oh man.
Oh,
Joey says he's not good at pixel art.
Joey.
I think he wants something more other than than flies to eat. That's all I can think of.
All right. Try to make another one real quick. It's going to be make Shannon's character. What size is yours, Shannon?
Also 16 by 16.
Ah, I see. So only Vivian was the troublemaker.
I was given that parameter late, Richard. I had already grown accustomed to all my pixels. I could not tear them away.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Classic Shannon sprite.
Occult
made a
themed-ish.
first, but it turned out bad. So
Oh, that's great.
Aw.
Wait, would you say you sacrificed the goat for this crow?
but I made a ghost, but the ghost turned out bad.
What? Aren't ghosts like straightforward, easy?
I was trying to make it like a jelly ghost.
Richard's thing is jelly.
It's true. Yeah.
My thing is jelly.
Jelly arrows.
Yeah.
Oh right, I forgot about
Just
the jelly.
one thing.
All right. Ah,
It's Pizza Steve. Suggestion from chat. Maybe Pizza Steve's a real person, but I didn't know, so I just made a pizza person named Steve.
that's great. All right. We've got 3 characters now. We're going to put them on our map in strategic locations. And then we will go about and actually start doing conversations with them. So first things first, let's go ahead and go to our tile map and mark some locations for these guys to beat. So I'm going to put them all on sidewalks, I think. So this first one is going to be frog.
Shannon, do you also make words with your pixels?
No, I do like a squiggle, and then I do like a squiggle in a different color for the placeholders.
Okay. I guess we're establishing all the Richard things today.
All right. And the next one is going to be crow. Oh, this is going to be trouble.
Oh no.
If you move the C over, maybe?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Put our crow over here. And for this next one,
Draw a pizza slice.
I already went with this theme of doing words.
What is this word?
The guy.
Oh. Excuse me, Richard. His name is John.
Wait, I thought it was Steve.
It was Steve. Excuse me.
Can't fit Steve, so it's gonna be Guy. All right. So let's go ahead and put these characters in our world. So we've already got these 3 functions. What we're going to do for each of them is we're going to loop over all of the tiles of that kind, and then we are going to place it on the first one. There's only one, so it should work fine. And because I'm way behind, or way ahead, I guess, in the quarters, we're going to call those functions right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Man, that was...
so we're going to do... What's up?
No, I was just going to say, if you didn't call those, jackpot, you know? 3 quarters in one go.
Almost $1.
Almost $1.
Accurate. All right, so we're going to place them on top of this location, and we're also going to set the location to the sidewalk. That's the reason I'm using this loop, by the way. Normally we just do place on top of random, but I also want to change the thing that's under them, so we're doing it this way. And with this, And we're going to set this to be just sidewalk. And real quick, let's go ahead and rename this variable. Yeah. Steve. All right. What's the name for your crow, Shannon?
Morticia. Yes.
All right. What's the name for your frog?
Hungry.
Joey, is this a self-reflection?
No, I'm full.
Okay.
I like that
full.
this frog
I'm
was
Richard.
destined from birth.
All right. So now we can walk around. See, got our crow right there, frog right there, and Steve right there. And I forgot to turn on loop on all of their animations. And I'm sorry, Morticia, Hungry, and Steve. Morticia, Hungry, Steve. Cool. All right. So I want to go and make this tile map look prettier, but I'll do it later. For now, let's go ahead and get into the kind of core stuff. Today, we are focused on task and not going to waste a ton of time with art, which I usually do. All right. So we're going to do an on A button pressed. And inside of this on A button pressed, we're going to set a variable. And this variable is going to be talking. And we will, first, we need to check if we are overlapping with each of these fine folks. So we'll go into sprites and drag out the overlaps with. Change this first one to be Giuseppe, change the second one to be Hungry, and let's do the other ones now. And we're going to set talking to be true. Actually, I'm going to make a function. It's going to be called start talking. And we're going to put this in here. And the other thing we're going to do is inside of here, we're going to call move Giuseppe with buttons. And set both the values to be 0. All right, let's make some conversations. Let's start with Hungry. Hungry's story. And for Hungry story, we're going to go ahead and call this when you are overlapping with Hungry. And inside of here, we're going to start using those new blocks we had. So let's go ahead and do start conversation. And let's start with some character text. Hey there, little guy. What's your name? And I'm going to have to copy and paste Giuseppe's name.
I'm so excited, Richard. This is already amazing.
There's going to be no label in this first one because we don't know their name yet.
Mm-hmm.
should have one more exchange in between. That's like, no, but what's your name?
Who's on first?
I love who's on first sequences. Like my favorite, I don't know, fictional device.
This is incredible.
Okay, so this first one is just going to be, I'm hungry. That's going to be like, no, but what's your name though? I'm hungry. Hungry? All right, what was Hungry's problem again?
Hungry.
I said it was hungry, but we can think of something better if you got something. What does a frog need? I guess it is pretty good if it's also. Okay, that is good.
All right, we need a choice to be made by the player, I think.
Let's see. There could be different foods to offer, but I guess we already have that one with the Vivian exchange.
Wait, what's that sound? What does that mean?
It's a lawnmower outside.
Oh, I see. I see. I don't know. Maybe they could be like, are they hungry or are they hungry? And you're like, hungry. Or you could be like, should I steal food? Just eat water? I don't know. What do you do when somebody's hungry? You just want to be like, that's rough. Maybe they're too hungry to catch bugs. That's so sad.
Maybe it could be like 2 pieces of advice. Like, why don't you go catch some bugs? Or like, have you tried eating this nice grass?
I guess, has anybody here eaten grass before? I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, Shannon, tell me more, please. What kind of grass? Were
Just
you
like,
hungry?
I don't know, like as a child. This was
I never ate grass, but I ate flowers.
like any flowers or like honeysuckle ones that taste good.
Are the honeysuckles the ones that are in trees?
Maybe they're ones where
Oh.
you like pull out the middle and then there's like a little drop of honey on the end.
Oh, I don't remember doing anything to doctor my flowers before eating them. So I feel like maybe not honeysuckle. We have a question in chat, Shan, that's very important. How does grass taste?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like it's a very like I use the taste of grass to describe other things.
So grass is universal, the standard.
Yeah,
Okay,
It
I
tastes
need to go
like
eat some.
some raw vegetables.
Would you say that you recommend eating grass to give it a broader taste for everything else?
I don't think it tastes very good personally. I don't think it's bad for you though. Maybe don't listen to any of the facts we say on stream.
I think you got to watch out where the grass is. If there's pesticides on it, definitely don't eat it.
All right, so we got two things. If the last answer equals, why don't you go find some bugs? Then we say, why don't you go find some bugs? There's probably some down by the creek or like in the trash. And the second one is, have you tried eating grass? Mr. Marbury mows it every week, but I'm sure he won't mind if you take a little.
Oh, hungry doesn't leave no matter what.
We can't really blame hungry. It's normal to get cranky when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Aw.
All right. Yeah, we'll be a little more. All right. So let's make sure that we're calling this first. Looks like we are. So we'll go into our variables now. And I think we're going to set token to be false at the end of this. Or maybe I'll make a function again. We'll call it stop token. And this is just going to be the opposite of this function. So we're going to set token to be false. And we're going to re-enable our controls. If this is 70, 60.
70 was too fast for your lifestyle, Richard.
Yeah. All right, let's try this out.
Oh.
Whoops.
Oh, no.
Oh, I forgot to do the inside here.
Ah.
It's like started speaking demon language.
I have one small suggestion also, which is the first I'm hungry should just be with a like question mark as the label.
That was gonna be my suggestion too, Shannon.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think we proved that it works. I think the last thing we want to do is probably make it so that hungry leaves at the end. So I think I'm just going to I'm going to have him hop off.
Nice.
So we'll do that with a movement animation. I'm going to do this one down here. Whoops. We're going to put in a string. And I'm going to type some nonsense that I know what it means, but maybe someone can explain. Let's see. I want to do like Q, like 8, and like -8, and like 16, and 0. I'm going to repeat that. We're going to try this out in the first thing so that we can see if it works.
It worked, I think.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Great. All right. So I'll try and give a brief explanation of this. Basically, this Q is a quadratic curve, and we have to set a control point, which is going to be like 8, -8, which will be like here compared to where the frog is, if the frog was Giuseppe. And then this next one is the final point, which is 16 in the X and 0 in the Y. So each of these little hops is going to move them up in a curve and move them 16 pixels to the right. And so I'm just pasting this 4 times. So you do hop, 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 and it looks good. If you look up SVG paths, you can find more about how quadratic curves work. And maybe one day I'll have a stream where I explain how to do measured curves and quadratic curves. I don't know.
Did we already do that?
Kinda, but I don't think I explained it very well. I think we need like a plotting thing or something. All right, Morticia's up.
If I know Richard's gonna have to owe a quarter, can we count?
What do you mean?
Nothing.
What?
Oh, just kidding.
So careful.
I think I owe a quarter now. I was
False
confused.
accusations.
I'll add a quarter to myself.
All right, Shannon, what you got?
Morticia has lost her shiny thing. Maybe it's a quarter. And she's very, very worried about it. That's my pitch. I don't have like a real dialogue or anything.
How would we shorten Giuseppe? Would it be Joey? Joey.
Or Joe, I guess it could be. Giuseppe.
Yep,
Joe.
Yep.
This is great.
It's just fun. Oh no. Oh no. Richard, I have a question.
Yeah.
What happens if the text is really long, like longer than the text bubble? Does it like scroll or?
Oh, it'll break it out into multiple pages.
Oh, cool. Okay. Genius.
Does Mortician know what this thing is?
Maybe? I don't know. I haven't built up the crow lore.
Love.
All right. What could be the other thing?
A face on it.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Shannon, that's quick thinking. Amazing.
I feel like there must be a better one. But...
No. It shines in the dark. I like that Giuseppe's like go-to is always saying if he has some of it on him. He must have large pockets full of solutions.
He's a resourceful guy.
All right. For the jack-o'-lantern path. All right. And so I think for this one, we're just going to keep going in the two branches now. So let's start with Morticia's response to the getting a quarter. How would Morticia feel about that? Not the original coin. That still has value.
Still has value. Yeah. I think she's grateful, surprised, and happy.
Do you think Morticia's the kind of crow who would say "Cossum"?
I think Giuseppe should say Cossum, and then Morticia should just have like a ...
All right, we'll do Cossum in this branch, I think.
Cossum.
the last thing we're going to do is to make sure that you can't trigger this conversation again. So with Hungry, we had them hop off screen. With Morticia, I think we're just going to set them to be a ghost.
Perfect for Shannon. We've come full circle.
All right. Well, we're going to have to make this last one fast. Let's do our best.
It's okay. I know what we should do.
All right. Vivian's got a plan.
And no quarters today.
Congrats. Okay, so I think Steve should start up talking and be like, I need to deliver this pizza, but it smells so good.
Okay,
really
how about, let's just be Steve.
Wait, it should be a choice.
Genius.
Does anybody have time to draw Mr. Hendrickson real quick? Speed draw it so that they can come in as a response to this if you choose the wrong one.
I have the beginning of a Sprite. I'll just give it legs.
The first one should be the honest one.
Oh wait, no, I need to put at once. Yeah. We have a lot of food-based problems, I feel like, in this game. Yeah. Throw your problems away.
Wait, so no matter what, Mr. Hendrickson doesn't get his pizza?
Just wasn't destined for it.
It's like the flashbacks to every single game from a couple, like, consoles ago, where you'd have choices, and then at the end they'd be like, yeah, and then you save the world.
That's called destiny. You know,
Yeah.
the world wanted to be saved.
The choices are just a narrative device, and nothing actually mattered.
I love how distinct these three personalities are.
By the way, it's 2:00. So if you want to stop watching, you can. But I am going to finish this game real quick. We're pretty close.
We're so close. It's the home stretch.
To be fair, they could always stop watching if they wanted to.
He needs to move. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. So that would be, let's see, 80 pixels. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to animate him right here and have a pizza box throwing away from him. And then he's just going to run off screen yelling, "I'm free." All right. So let's draw our pizza box real quick. We don't have any like meetings or anything, do we?
I don't think so. Pretty open today.
I feel like there was a time when I had a lot of meetings, but now I have no meetings.
When's
It's
this?
because today's normal meeting got moved a few weeks ago.
Cool.
Pizza.
It's a pizza. Did John already take a bite out, or Steve? What was his name? Already take a bite out of this pizza? Oh, okay. It's falling apart. That makes sense.
Wait, is this not branding?
Oh, this is the
Company
box.
logo.
Yeah, this is the
Oh, I thought I would. If you're throwing a pizza, I feel like you should take it out and just throw it like a disc instead of a box.
Wait,
We
she's
have-
gonna carry a box around?
We have better grip on the
You
box.
can reuse the box.
No, you can't. That box drips.
You can't even recycle that box, right?
Really?
Yeah,
You
throw
gotta
away.
set it on fire.
Oops.
That oops is gonna be used in a trial against you someday, Shannon.
I don't think it's admissible in court. I haven't said anything.
All right, so we're gonna set this to be a ghost pizza. We're gonna give it a little bit of gravity. And we're going to set its velocity. And throw it to the right. So we'll make it like Vx. 50 is probably fine. And then Vy is going to have to be higher. So we'll make it like negative 100. And hopefully that'll be okay. And we also want to turn on auto destroy probably. All right, let's test this out real quick. The other thing we need to do is set its position actually. So.
And have Mr. Hendrickson come in.
No, the Mr. Hendrickson sprite is not up to par with the rest of the sprites in this game, Joey.
Oh, okay. I didn't look at it yet.
And by not up to par, I mean it has no outlines.
Oh, disgusting.
Joey's so aggressive today.
All right, so, whoops. I want to put this up at the top of the function. Test this out real quick.
Let's see.
Yeah, that works. I'll up the VX a little bit.
Do we want it to be destroy on wall instead of auto destroy? So, because the auto destroy I think is based off of the entire tile map when it might just fall.
On.
Oh, you were right.
On.
Good call. Yes, I missed it.
All right, so we got our pizza throw. Drag this up here. And now Steve is going to say, and we're going to do a movement animation.
We do have move 2.
Yeah, but I need him to go off screen, and I don't know if that'll work.
Oh, I see.
Right, I want text, I want this. And it's just going to be a horizontal line. You need him to move like 100 should be more than enough. And finally, we need to also set him to be a ghost. Oh, and also we need to put this at the end so that it's playing while he's running away. All right, now I'm just going to make sure that this whole path works real quick.
I like that he's moonwalking out.
All right, and now let's make this last one pretty quick and be like, that's the wrong one. Right, it should be P.
No, you're right.
All right.
But should be thought.
Yeah. Ooh, so no matter what, it's going to get thrown on the ground.
Cool. I think we're done with this. I wish I had some time to make the tile map a little bit better, but I'm gonna do it really fast. So let's do outros, guys.
I'm Joey, J Wondrill on the Make Code forums.
I'm Shannon, at Shakao on the Make Code forums.
And I'm Vivian, at Lift Your Phone to Make Code forums.
And I'm Richard, at Richard Sometimes. Thanks for watching.